Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, I'm Bria Lyons, and I would like to tell you all a story. So once there was this little girl who was about to give her first presentation in the 4th grade, and she confidently began to speak maybe 4 words before she froze and ran out of the room crying. For the rest of her elementary and middle school years, she was horrified to present. And before starting high school, she made a vow to herself that she would overcome her fear of public speaking before she graduated. And that girl was me. Now, as I stand before you all today, I want to thank the early college and its amazing staff for helping me achieve my goal. And I am positive that all the graduates today could tell you a similar story as mine. WECHS is truly a place where goals are accomplished and dreams are followed. And on behalf of the 2020 Wilkes Early College graduates, I would like to express my gratitude to this school and the wonderful people who make it a safe and enjoyable place to be. Thank you, WECS staff, for believing in us when we couldn't believe in ourselves. You saw something in each and every one of us when we couldn't see past our own fears. And you all knew, from the minute we stepped into the gym freshman year, you all knew that what we could accomplish. Now, as many of you know, here at WECS, we're known as the Wolf Pack. And I read something interesting, and it says that all wolves in a pack help raise and take care of the pups. Well, that's exactly what we do here at WECS. The students, teachers, and all the staff, we work together to help each of us achieve our own personal goals. Now today, we may be graduating and leaving the comfort of the place we've called home for so many years, but we will never be alone. No, we will have the strength and support of the pack behind us throughout our whole life as we face many, many challenges. Now, I would just really like to end this with a quote from my favorite movie, and I would like to dedicate these words to my fellow classmates and graduates. May the rest of our lives be the best of our lives. Thank you.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew ya. Well, she tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked these floors. I used to live alone before I knew ya. Well, I've seen your flag on the marble arch, and love is not a victory march. It's a code and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, there was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show that to me, do ya? Remember when I moved in you, the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew ya. And it's not a cry that you hear at night, it's not someone who's seen light, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Hello, everyone. I would like to start off by congratulating the WECHS graduating class of 2020. This year has given every student the opportunity to persevere through a very unfortunate event and has really brought out the strength of me and my fellow students. Secondly, I would like to thank our family, friends, and staff members who helped make this year as successful as possible for all of us graduates and helped us through these troubled times. This year was definitely not the ideal year, especially since it was our last year at WECHS. However, I know this year has given us the chance to grow within ourselves. Class of 2020, you are special, even if you may not believe it. We are completing a milestone in our lives during the roughest time our generation, and even most of our parents' generation, has ever seen. We should all have so many reasons to be proud of ourselves and what we have achieved this last semester of our high school career. This world will always be a shifting place, but WECHS has given us the ability to build a successful and bright future and to keep on learning every day. These past 5 years of my life have been a true blessing, and I would not trade the opportunity WECHS has given me for the world. I will always remember this time of my life as what felt like I had a home away from home. A safe place that always made me feel like I could truly spread my wings and learn more about myself. I know my peers and I will forever value the education and memories we made here at WECHS. This journey will be one that I always keep close in my heart, as well as the people I have come to meet and cherish. I wish everyone the best of luck moving forward and can only hope they achieve all their dreams and goals. Thank you.
My fellow WECHS graduates, our last year has been anything but ordinary. Although it was cut short and we were able to have a normal graduation, there is no reason why we shouldn't celebrate. We graduated from Wilkes Early College High School. This may be biased, but the best high school in Wilkes County. We accomplished what might have seemed impossible way back in freshman year. Or maybe even during your senior year, when you thought the classes were getting harder and harder. We should be proud of all of our individual accomplishments through the 5 or 4 years we've been here. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, we will all have these 3 things in common. Number 1, we are all a part of the class of 2020. This is a bond we will have forever and never forget. How could we when this year's been so different? Number 2, all of us were Miss Shepherd's first classes at WECHS. Whether you're chosen by Miss Shepherd herself, or, like me, was new to WECHS the same year she was. And number 3, we left a mark. Every one of us has been touched by someone else's lives while being at WECHS. Whether it was a faculty member, fellow student, or classmate, or the school itself, you will always be remembered at WECHS. Graduates, I cannot imagine a better high school experience without all of you in it. Thank you for the memories, the hardships, and the best times of my life so far. And thank you, Wilkes Early College High School, for challenging us to do better, be better, and for the life lessons and lifelong family that I feel like we all earned. Congratulations, class of 2020, and remember, for the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
Thank you, family, friends, and staff for being here today. In the face of several challenges happening around us, it is more important now than ever to take the time to celebrate these momentous occasions. We started off our high school education completely clueless. We left behind friends and teachers for an opportunity at something greater. And thankfully, we were welcomed with open arms. While those first few months were touch and go, we ended up finding a new home. To the friends we have made along the way, thank you. Thank you for giving us courage to walk these halls. Thank you for being the positive light to help guide the way. But most importantly, thank you for giving us a friendship that will last long after our high school days. To the staff at WECHS, you promised us a family when we signed up for the early college. Thank you for being that second one for us. Thank you to the teachers who have not only helped us academically, but also aided in our personal life. Thank you for giving us the knowledge we need to step into the world. We will never be able to express our gratitude or for the immense role that you have played in every one of our lives. To the family that raised us high enough to touch the stars, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your discipline. Thank you for sending us into the world loved and encouraged to accomplish amazing things. Without you, we truly would be lost in our next journey. Classmates, I hope you find your next adventure to be filled with happiness and love. Whether you decide to further your education or embark on a career path, I know the world will welcome you. I know it feels like a chapter is closing right now, but just think of the possibilities of what life holds. Our moment is right now. So do great things, speak your mind, and don't be afraid of life. Instead, embrace life and all it has in store for you. Thank you, WECS, for the opportunity to be more. And thank you for everyone being here today to celebrate with us. It's been a long road, class of 2020, but for now we can relax knowing our next step in life is just around the corner. Congratulations.
Our first guest speaker leads Wilkes County Schools in their technology vision and digital district plan. She is often looked to for all things that plug in, beep, or depend on a digital network. She collaborates with district and school personnel to assist and support learning with technology, infusing technology into teaching, learning, and operations. Mrs. Triplett's career has taken her through 26 years of teaching and administration for Wilkes County Schools. She holds a bachelor's degree in education from Appalachian State University. She has obtained multiple certificates in the areas of technology training and is a certified Novell engineer and administrator. She serves on the executive cabinet leadership team, is the coordinator of the Battle of the Books competition, and has overseen numerous projects and installations. She has successfully orchestrated the One-to-One Technology Initiative, which has made it possible for all students to have access to a device per individual. Mrs. Triplett played a vital role in integrating remote learning this past school year and largely supported students and staff members throughout the transition. Her positive impact on teaching and learning has helped contribute to the success of so many students of Wilkes County Schools today. Please join me in welcoming Wilkes County Schools Chief Technology Officer, Mrs. Julie Triplett.
Wilkes Early College graduates, I'm Julie Triplett, and it's my honor to congratulate the class of 2020 on behalf of our superintendent, Mr. Mark Bird, and his executive cabinet. This certainly isn't the graduation we hoped or planned for you. On March 14th, when Governor Cooper announced schools would be closed, we never dreamed that you would not return to our buildings. We didn't think your last face-to-face classes, lunches in the cafeteria, or gatherings as a class would be on Friday, March the 13th. There were many events that we didn't realize would be your last. I encourage you not to let the ending of your senior year define your time in Wilkes County Schools. I hope you'll focus on all the good times, the laughter, the successes, the friendships, and the relationships you have made. This is only the beginning. You will soon enter the workplace as full-time employees, move on to colleges and universities, or join our armed forces. As you begin the next chapter in your lives, I want to leave you with a poem by Edgar Guest called It Couldn't Be Done. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be the one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face. If he worried he hit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one has ever done it." But he took off his coat and he took off his hat, and the first thing he knew he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and the bit of a grin, without any doubting or quitted, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you that it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin, just take off your coat and go to it. Just starting to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Without those brave enough to try, we would never have a cure for disease, advanced medical treatments, new technology, or innovation. You can do anything you're determined to do, so persevere and follow your dreams. Your future awaits you, and I wish you the very best.
Our second guest speaker has served as a successful businessman in the Rhonda community for over 39 years as co-founder of Southeastern Cars and Parts Incorporated. He is a respected and trusted member of the community as a result of his honesty, leadership, and passion to help others. Mr. Holbrook has served on the board of various organizations such as Wilkes County Social Services, Hugh Chapman Memorial Hospital Foundation, and Elkin Rescue Squad. He was an instrumental in his volunteer work of the East Wilkes Youth Football Program, which eventually led to a county-wide youth program providing football and cheerleading opportunities for students in grades 3 through 8. Mr. Holbrook is currently serving his 4th term on the Wilkes County Board of Education, where he has been involved with major changes and improvements, such as the building of 4 new middle schools, along with many facility enhancements. Please join me in welcoming Wilkes County Schools Board of Education Chairman, Mr. Rudy Holbrook.
Hi, I'm Rudy Holbrook, Chairman of the Wilkes County Board of Education. I'm here from the board to congratulate you on an unusual graduation and to tell you just how proud we are of you. We're proud of you. And a lot of you now is going to be going out into the workforce or out in the fields. Some of you be nurses, some of you will be continuing your education, some may be military, maybe other avenues. But as you go out into it, I want you to remember one thing. If you start something, finish it. Don't never give up, because if you give up or quit, you've lost. As long as you're fighting and working hard and try to continue doing it and don't quit, you will come out ahead. You will never lose if you never quit. Now, I want to just thank you again and congratulate you, tell you again how proud we are of you, and may God always bless you. Thank you.
Our next speaker has been a teacher for 15 plus years in North Carolina. He has taught on all levels of public education, from tutor to teacher assistant to elementary teacher, middle school teacher, and yes, even your high school teacher. He believes in making history fun and entertaining for his students in hopes that they can learn from past mistakes and hopefully have a better chance at a future. Mr. Byers, like you, was a product of the Wilkes County school system. He graduated from North Wilkes High School back in 1998. From there, he attended Catawba Valley Community College in hopes of becoming a commercial artist. This would be the first step in finding a job with the Walt Disney Animation Studios. However, his true love of teaching pushed him to transfer to Wilkes Community College and finally Appalachian State University to become a history teacher. Mr. Byers has over the years been a grade level leader, a member of many social improvement teams, field trip coordinator for his grade level, student teacher mentor, board member of the Millers Creek Christian School, and just recently placed in the top 5 for Wilkes County Teacher of the Year. Out of all of that, however, the thing he enjoys the most is to see his students succeed, and he loves to provide them with real life experiences that hopefully will make an impact on his students. One of those is his organization and leadership on the senior trip to Walt Disney World here at Wilkes Early College High School. His vision with this trip is to provide an experience for his students that in most cases they would never get to experience, to allow his students one more chance to be kids again, and to let them know, in the words of Walt Disney, that dreams can come true. Please join me in welcoming Wilkes County Schools and Wilkes Early College history teacher, Mr. Anthony Byers.
I want to start by saying thank you and welcome to all the students of the graduating class of 2020, the parents, and the staff of Wilkes Early College High School. When Ms. Shepard asked me to be a speaker for this graduation, I was shocked, and I even wondered if it was a mistake, but after I realized this was a real request, I was honored. Honored that I get to speak to this class one more time. Honored to hopefully send you guys off with some last words of wisdom from your old history teacher. Words of wisdom do not come easy. I had to spend some time in prayer on what to say, and through all the planning, one word continued to come up over and over. And that word was, or is, change. All of you here are no strangers to this controversial word due to the changes you have had to endure so far in the year 2020. From the way you had to end the school year to how this graduation is taking place. Change has happened not only in your life, but all the way throughout history. So please allow your old history teacher the honor to give you one last history lesson. Let's go all the way back to the year 1776, in which 56 delegates signed a document to change how this great country was ran and decided to fight for freedom of this nation. As you know from class, this document is known as the Declaration of Independence. In 1917, after the same freedom was being threatened by a foreign country, we as a nation had to change our policies, and in doing so, joined our allies in fighting the Great War, also known today as World War I. However, not all changes are about war. In 1923, my hero, Walt Disney, took a train ride to Hollywood that would change his life forever. He just went bankrupt with his studio, Laugh-O-Gram, in which he lost his first successful character, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. On that train ride to Hollywood to start over, he created the legendary character Mickey Mouse. That changed his life and changed the way we look at media and things today. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy gave his historic moon speech, which included America sending up weather satellites, space exploration, and of course setting boots on the moon. This was a huge change in the mindset for not just America, but the world. How could we send humans to the moon? This was inconceivable. This was going to require a huge change in education and technology to make this happen. And last but not least is the change that you guys will create in the upcoming future. Who knows what changes the class of 2020 will have for Wilkes County, North Carolina, America, or even the world. As stated before, the word change is very controversial and carries a lot of emotion with it. Change can bring happiness, like most of you most likely felt when you knew high school was over. But change can also bring fear, like when most of you might be feeling after graduation and deciding, what do I do next? Throughout your whole life, change will continue to impact your day-to-day lives. But please understand and know that the one thing that will not change, the one thing that will stay constant, is that the staff of WECHS will always support you, and that your education here that you have gained will be a guiding light to your ever-changing future. I'm going to leave you with some words of wisdom from my hero, Walt Disney. Times and conditions change so rapidly that we must keep our aim constantly focused on the future. Thank you, and God bless the class of 2020.
Returning of the sand. Graduates, think back to the beginning of your freshman year. The uncertainty, the excitement, and the anticipation. In the midst of all these new things, we held a very special ceremony for you. In fact, you were the first class to begin this new tradition. I'm speaking of the sand ceremony, and it welcomed you into the Wolfpack family here at WECHS. As you combine your individual vials of sand into a single vessel, you committed to being a part of the WECHS family. Just as the sand can never be separated, you too will forever change because of the connections you've made in your time here at WECHS. Since your induction, the vessel of sand has remained in the trophy case in our office as a constant reminder that you belong to our family. When you were a freshman, you made the commitment to support each other, keep education at the forefront of your goals, and finish the race that you started. The fact that you are here today proves that you have honored your commitment. During your time here at WECHS, you have learned to live as part of the pack. In packs, each wolf has its own personality and brings its own unique strength. Together, these individual traits flourish and create an inseparable pack family. Graduating is a rite of passage, and your life is about to change forever. You have enjoyed your time with your fellow classmates since your freshman year. The reality of life is that you are all about to take different paths, but that doesn't keep you from being a part of our family. As a reminder that you will always be a part of the WECHS family, we are returning a vow of blended sand from the ceremony from each of you from your freshman year. Please keep it somewhere safe, and when you look at your vow, remember your time here and draw strength from knowing you are part of the pack. Always remember, as Kipling once said, for the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Congratulations, graduates.
Karsten Grace Adair. Stephanie Abanil Rangel. Belinda Faith Ashley. Cameron Robert Barlow. Lexa Jade Billings. Garrett Allen Blackburn. Haley Adair Bowles. Brett William Burkhart. Giovanni Lupian Cabrera. Alejandro Castillo. Vanessa Shakaya. Abigail Page Drong. Hannah Dawn Ellis. Chance Reed Epley. Caroline Abigail Elise Fairchild. Stephanie Madeline Garcia Escalero. Cadence Bree Gentle. Alexis Adrian Guerrero. Cody Harper Hartley. Lana Dawn Hawkins. Jessica Taylor Hayes. Rochelle Blake Hensley. Caleb Dane Hicks. Mason Levi Higgins. Haley Marie Hogan. Austin Ryan Howell. Bria Ashlyn Lyons. Jamie Lane Martin. Michael Dwayne Moore. Melanie Martinez Morales. Hunter Curtis Mathis. Kira Grace McMillian. Macy Murphy. Genesis Negrelis Aguilera. Jessica McKinley Norman. Olivia Louise Palmer. Rosalie Joy Revis. Tori Sierra Sheets. Kaylee Jane Shelton. Kaylee Sue Simmons. Destiny Storm Smith. Emily Rose Wages. Madison Ann Worsham.
Class of 2019-2020, I am so relieved, thrilled, and beaming with pride to finally be able to give you my words of farewell as you end one of the greatest accomplishments of your life this far. When COVID robbed us of our last moments together, all I could think about was I didn't even get to tell some of them goodbye or grab a quick hug. Who would have foreseen the words of Governor Cooper on March the 13th would wreak such havoc for months to come? One thing is for sure, it has taught me a lesson I hope to leave with you today as you go out and begin your new adventure in life's next journey. In the words of Dr. Seuss, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. These past couple of months have taught me to take nothing for granted and to slow down and enjoy what I hold dear in my life. It has allowed me to reevaluate and prioritize what I spend my time doing. The greatest discovery is to value the moment. I look back over our years together from the first days we all entered WECHS together. We were all embarking on new adventures while finding our way. We conquered New York and Hershey, Pennsylvania with 2 buses of 90 students in the dead of winter, and we tubed the Watauga River for the first time. Many thought we were crazy, but what they didn't know or think was that we were making memories and creating moments no one could ever take away from us. I looked up the characteristics of a firstborn children. I need to scratch that. I looked up the characteristics of firstborn children and found these traits: reliable, conscientious, structured, achievers, and want to excel. I thought to myself, this is the perfect for my first class here at WECHS. You guys taught me how to be a better leader and wish for the best and expect nothing less. You see, you can ask any mother. Her firstborn comes with all kinds of emotions. The emotions of uncertainty, pride, and hope. The firstborn is like the experimental child. We are learning as we go, but forever will hold special memories of being the firstborn. Today, you will forever hold that special place in my heart as the first class. Whether you graduated in 4 or 5 years, you were my first babies. Like any good mother behind the scenes, we were learning as we went and faking it until we made it work. You allowed me to learn and grow with you as we figured out what would make WECHS the best school possible. Today, because of your class, I reached one of my first goals as a high school principal, to graduate 100% of my students. You have made this happen. Because of you, our application pool has more than doubled. And because of you, our reputation is known throughout the community as hard workers. I know there were times I called you to check on an assignment. I fussed about a grade. I checked out your prom date before I signed the form. I called your parents to let them know you didn't show up for class. Or I just called on an inclement weather day to make sure you made it home. However, I want you to know it's because that's what a mother does, especially your school mom, as many of you refer to me as Mama Shep. Today is not goodbye, it's see you later. Although you will not be here in the building, I will still be watching the newspaper, checking out Facebook, and following you for years to come, because, of course, you are my firstborn class of WECHS. Congratulations. Graduates, please stand. These students have met all the requirements for graduation and are recommended to receive their high school diplomas. By the power granted to me by the state of North Carolina and the Wilkes County Board of Education, and upon receiving verification of your credentials by the faculty of Wilkes Early College High School, I offer my personal congratulations and recognize you with all the rights and privileges as graduates of Wilkes Early College High School. You may now turn your tassels.